Welcome to Mathew Attempts to Draw. I'm Mathew, I attempt to draw. Shocker. Today I'm doing another comic. Oh boy, another shocker. Eh, yeah. Okay, let's just get into this. So, I had a bit of difficulty trying to figure out, how to have this guy. I always had him facing the screen, but, like, I wanted him to be at an angle. So I had to draw the discs first to figure that out. And, yeah, so, he's holding a notice, this dude's resume. Yeah, so, I wanted to wear glasses, so I had to redraw that ear. Yeah, like the ear is, the top of the ear, like, lines up with the eye, and, I keep forgetting that. Keep drawing ears that are too big, too high. Yeah. Tried, mirroring the canvas to, like, try to make sure he was facing the center of there. And, yeah. Well, I do not have a lot to say about this, I'm sorry. But, I had a couple of issues here with the stuff, with the brush there. It kept messing with the opacity, even though I had nothing to, I didn't mess with that setting at all, it was weird. Anyway, I had difficulties recreating this guy's hairline. I could have easily just, like, you know, I could have dragged the first frame down to, like, actually look at it, but I just, for some reason, I just didn't, and decided something else. Anyway, I did the lazy route, and I just copied and pasted. And, yeah. Well, the only change being the face. And here's the dialogue. Let me get this straight. You have one reference in your resume, and it's your dog? Start with a smaller font size. He's a very good boy. Emphasis on very, because he is a good boy. You're hired. And there's the joke. Honestly, this isn't a very creative one. But, you know. And, the line work begins. Yeah, compared to the last one, this one is very, basic in comparison. And the last one I had to draw a car and everything. This one is just drawing people, drawing a desk. Yeah, we're with the ruler tool, but I realized it was actually a bit more difficult to line it up than just when I used the parallel ruler instead, so I switched to parallel ruler. Yeah. Yeah, like, there's a ruler tool which, you have it set and it'll draw it in that space only, but then there's parallel ruler, which will just have a set direction that you can place anywhere. That's the what I switched to. Anyway, one thing I realized is that drawing glasses on someone with a round head is a bit difficult because then the frame looks off. Like, you see on the left side of his head, the frame, like the frame doesn't do that. Like, not the frame. What's the thing that goes around the ear? The wings, the legs, or whatever. I don't know what people call that. But yeah, like, that's sort of like, it's supposed to, like, it doesn't wrap around like that. Anyway, yeah, so, instead of erasing, I used a transparency layer, which I definitely recommend. It's, definitely more useful. That's what happened earlier. And, now we're, drawing this head. I really have to make some changes. Like, with how I draw. Like, If you see at the bottom there, it's 6600 by 7200 pixels. That is very big. I don't think I need to make it that big for what's supposed to be like a simple webcomic. But like in doing so, like, because like I have to shrink it down to like less than 25% of that, and as a result, the line strokes get very small. And so like I need to stop drawing so big. Like I used a higher brush size and everything, but like even then, like that causes these weird issues that I'm not used to because I'm not used to using a higher brush size. It's my own fault, and but you know, that's why it's Mathew attempts to draw, not Mathew can draw. You know, but anyway, had to make sure I draw a bow tie. And again, like I said, it just simple copy and paste there. I didn't draw the thing in the middle that goes on top of the nose. That was kind of funny. And the flatting begins. Usually I go for a light orangey color for the skin, but for the guy who was interviewing, I wanted to make him a bit pink, but then I made him too pink, so I had to make him less pink. And you know, I think I'll stick with light orange, but yeah, nothing wrong with light pink. And yeah, for the wall I decided to go with green. I was going to make it a lighter green for the second panel, but then I just like, nah, that doesn't make sense. And also, it looked too basic without any like walls, so I added this, like this wall here, trying to make it like a corner. Although it's not aligned with panels 3 and 4, but well, here I am. And I made some panels a bit darker just to like give some depth. Flooding the word balloons, it's always a bit of an issue. I always have to like I always have to isolate it with from the rest of them. Otherwise, if I use the bucket tool, then it just like it's not as easy as it looks. Anyway, the shading. Honestly, this comic looks pretty bare, bare minimum until I reached the shading, which I think definitely helped. Like, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna shade under this dude's eyes, but it made him look like a clown, so I decided against that. I guess it only works for certain eyebrows. Yeah, right there I realized that I placed the line layer for the desk wrong, so I had to fix that. But then I had to erase all this. Fortunately, I already had the transparency layer, so. And, yeah, so. See, I have to do it again here and there. Fortunately, this wasn't too hard. Although for the third panel, I want his face a bit more shaded to show that he was like make it look like he was mad, even though he wasn't mad at all. That's I think where the joke actually kicks in. Is the like if this wasn't shaded, it would just look dumb. I mean, it still looks dumb shaded, but you know. Anyway, I try to give it a bit more shading, like with like overlay there, but like trying to figure out what looks good until I just settle for what I ended up using, which I don't remember. But you know, and yeah, there it is. There's the finished product, and you know, could be better, but you know, better than nothing, I guess. I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Matthew. I took to draw. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.